Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I run the blog lifefromtheviolasection.com where I share my favorite practice tips, general advice, and tech for musicians. Today I have my boyfriend Harry back so that we can put our two tablets to the test. So if you're new here, I have an iPad Pro and Harry has a Surface Book 3. So we're going to go through 13 different rounds where we put our tablets to the test to see which is more efficient for musicians.
Let's get started.
So for the first round, we are going to go over to IMSLP, download our individual parts for Beethoven 5, and import them into our sheet music apps. We're going to see how long it takes each device to do that, and if one is easier than the other. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh no, I went to number 7.
I typed Beethoven instead of Beethoven.
Oh wait, it took me to number 5. Okay. Should I get it for recorder ensemble?
I would get it for Viola. I'm still waiting on the 15 seconds IMSLP mixes wait.
I am too. Okay, I have it in the app now. Should we organize it too? Like put it
I wouldn't.
where... Okay. I'm done.
I pressed the wrong button so I got beat. And I'm done.
That's not Beethoven.
That's Beethoven.
Okay, here you go.
It just went to the piece I was in last.
We got different editions.
Yeah, I don't like this one. This
is the one I've always played off of.
Yeah. Okay, time. We didn't time it, but whatever.
We know who.
Yeah, clearly you won that
first,
one. Although it was close because I kept pressing the wrong buttons.
I put in Beethoven 7. So.
I typed Beethoven.
So we've got one for iPad. For round 2, we are each going to open up a tuner and tune. We're not actually going to tune with our instruments because Harry has a giant bass, so we're just going to open up a tuner app.
3, 2, 1, go. And I immediately lose because I don't have a tuner on here because Windows doesn't have a good tuner.
I have a tuner.
So if I wanted to tune, I'd have to use my phone. And I can't really use this.
Sad.
So that's a clear win for the iPad.
For round 3, we are going to play a YouTube video while we read sheet music. So if you wanted to look up a recording on YouTube and then play along with it, how can you do that on one device? Ready?
Ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I'm going to Safari. I have a YouTube tab open already. I'm going to one of my videos.
Hello and welcome.
Okay. And then going to Forscore, Safari, and oh wait. I can do the picture-in-picture mode. That was
Done.
Stupid. That was stupid. I did something stupid.
Floor of my music.
Question, do I need to be able to see the video?
Today I'm going to show you.
I don't know.
Okay, well if you don't need to see the video, then I win. If you do need to see the video, I can still win.
How did you do this before? Oh, that button.
Don't pretend you won that one.
I didn't win that one. So for mine has the picture-in-picture. You can only do that for certain apps. You can't do that for the actual YouTube app right now. So a way around that is to go to YouTube in Safari, and then you can do picture-in-picture from there. So it does have the YouTube picture in the corner. So if you full screen the music, it does cover up a bit of the music. Another way to do it is if you go to the actual YouTube app, you should be able to do the split screen. And then if you turn your iPad sideways, then you've got like the small music and a really big video, but you can also adjust how small you want YouTube to be. So that is another way around it.
But if you just want the video to be hidden while you read the music, then this is perfect.
I think that's a win for the Surface Book. Yay! For our fourth round, we're going to scan just one page of music and put it into our sheet music app.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm opening the camera. Disclaimer, I'm using my laptop with the keyboard base connected to record this, so this is harder than it usually would be, but... And this is a terrible scan, but... Oh wait, we're supposed to do this. Oh, that cut off some music, but we're just gonna pretend it worked.
Mine just saved it as basically a picture. It did not turn it into a scan. It's just a picture and my legs and Harry's foot is in it. So it's not very pretty.
Mine is a picture, like a picture file, I think a JPEG, so it's kind of acting weird with the color changing background I have on, and it also kind of cut off some, but it worked.
Weird.
So both of those kind of weren't the best.
Not great.
So do you want to call it a tie?
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
call it a tie. For our fifth round, we are going to open up the in-app metronome and see who can find it faster and which metronome has more features.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. That was a perfect tie.
Yeah. Okay, so what kind of features do you have?
For the metronome, I have time signature. I can go anywhere from 1 beat or 2 beats in a bar up to 20, and I can do 2, 4, or 8 for the subdivision. I got quarter notes, eighth, triplet, 16th, and quintuplet notes for the subdivision, and I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different beat sounds, and I can accent the first beat, and it has audio and visual playback for the metronome, and it counts how long it's been going.
Mine, you can change time signature 1. Wait, can I do like 6, 8? Okay. Yeah, you can also do custom time signatures. And I think it only goes up to 200.
Wait, what does mine go up to?
Let's try 300.
Mine goes up to 280.
Oh, it does do 300. You just have to type it in. This whole time, I was just doing the circle and I thought it stopped at 200.
Let's see if mine goes higher then.
You can also do a specific number of beats or measures. And also, yeah, that's the same thing. And you can have it count you in. Also, like, auto-turn the page. I haven't played around with it all that much. There are also options to just hear the audio, just see the visual, or have both.
I want to add that I can get to the metronome on mine with a shortcut that I have enabled. If I tap the top left part of the screen, it automatically starts the metronome.
Cool.
And I can tap again to stop.
So I think the Surface Book wins for that one, just because it has more features. They're both really, really easy to get to, though. It's super quick to get to the metronome.
So, 2-2.
Yes.
With 1 tie.
Yes. So for our 6th round, we are going to start annotating with a thin black line, and we're going to see how fast we can change to a thick red line.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Mine isn't... What is mine doing? There we go.
That was weird. I win!
I think it was equally easy, and I chose the settings at the same time as Harry.
Is that red?
But I chose like a really dark red.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just the first red that I saw.
Yeah, that's red.
But mine kind of glitched out, and it started moving the page up and down.
Maybe your hand was accidentally touching the screen or something?
I don't know.
I think that's a tie, though.
I think it's a tie.
So we got 2 wins on each side and 2 ties.
Yes. For round 7, we are going to play around with stamps. So I've erased some of my music to pretend that like some of it got cut off when it was scanning, and Harry just has some room at the bottom. So we are going to draw a measure with a clef, a time signature, and stamp 2 notes onto it, as if we were just extending on a scan. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, make a grand staff. Extend it with the selection tool.
Ugh, I didn't line it up. I didn't line it up. That's gonna have to be good enough.
Okay. Gonna add the time signature in.
Now I need my clef.
2 4s. Gotta make these smaller.
Time signature.
Oops, oh no. Okay, that's...
I need 2 notes, so I'm gonna
Okay, back to the stamp
a half
tool.
note and a 16th note. I'm done.
I lost. I want it. It went to. Oh, it's because I have a setting enabled to do the select tool after I make a stamp.
Oh.
Because usually I don't do more than one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll try this again. Okay, so not terrible.
Not terrible.
Definitely doable. I'm not skilled enough to do it as fast as she did, but...
I think they're kind of equally matched.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I did it faster.
Yeah. I was getting caught up on that. So I have a setting on mine that selects the stamp after I make it, so instead of letting me do multiple stamps, it just picks the one, and I like that so I can change the size as soon as I make it. So mine goes more for accuracy than speed. If I wanted to be more for speed, I could set it that way too.
Yeah, mine definitely goes more for speed than accuracy, so that's why I was faster and his was more accurate.
What do you think, Ty?
It's...
Do you think...
They're different.
Yeah, they're different, but you can see...
Yeah.
We'll call it a tie, but you can see they both have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes, definitely. So, 2 for iPad, 2 for Surface Book,
And 3 ties.
And 3 ties. For round 8, we are going to export a piece of sheet music with the annotations and see where we can share it to, upload it, what kind of options the app gives us. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go. So I go up to the little upload icon and I choose annotated PDF. You can choose a page range and the aspect ratio, so then just press share.
I have the option to do a standard file picker, so put it on my desktop or anywhere else I want to put the file, or I can do it to Google Drive or OneDrive.
Mine shows me the typical Apple share options, just different apps. You can choose more, copy, print, markup. You can see them.
I have options to do a bunch of different settings for the export, including annotations. So I'm going to do with annotations. I'm going to overwrite it because it's already there. Check it out, make sure it worked. Oops. We'll double check that it had the annotations in it. And there you go.
Nice. The one thing I liked better about yours is that you can rename it. With mine, it doesn't give me an option. Okay, no. With mine, it does give me an option. You just have to go to where you want to share it to, and then you can change the name and everything. So it's just a different order.
Right.
That's, I don't know. It's so equally matched.
Yeah, I mean, they should both be good at doing that, so
Yeah.
I think I'm okay to call it tie.
Yeah. So 2 for iPad, 2 for Surface Book, and
4
ties. For round 9, we are going to delete all annotations from one score. So all pages of the score are going to be cleared. We each have annotations on the first 2 pages of our scores.
Ready?
Ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I'm just going to use the layers tool to select all my annotations.
I cleared those 2 pages, but I have to go page by page. So.
Sorry, and there's all mine. So you can see on mine, I'm using the layers tool to see all my annotations and then select them individually. I could also use the eraser tool if I wanted to, with the big selection box, to drag a big box and delete everything inside that, but that's one page at a time.
So I went to the annotation tool and I pressed the X, clear, and it just does 1 page. I haven't found a way to clear the entire score at once yet.
Another tie?
Another tie?
Why don't you tell us in the comments what you think that one was?
Yeah, tell us in the comments what you thought. For round 10, we are going to use our link tool to press a button on the first page of the score to take us to the last page of the score.
Ready?
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go. So I go over to links. I choose the page on the left that I want to start on. I'm just gonna put it up there. Then I want it to take us to the end, so I'll just put that over there, save, and it's done. So I tap on this blue button, takes me to the last page, and I don't think I can go back, but...
I can go back actually. So you see I also have a blue button, Tap that, goes to the end. I also want to add that if you're trying to go from the first to the last page, there is an option in mobile sheets. If you use the back pedal when you're on the first page, it automatically goes to the last page. So if that's what you're trying to do, that's an even faster option. Otherwise, you can go to any page with the link tool.
Nice.
Since I was confused by what Elizabeth was asking when she was talking about a link, I first made a link to an outside URL. So if you use these smart buttons, press the plus button and you can go to any URL you want. You just input it there, and then it'll put a button on your screen that opens URL when you press it.
Super cool. I haven't found anything like that in Forscore, but I haven't particularly looked for it.
So point for me?
Sure.
You sure?
Even though the links are like, well, I like that you can go back on yours, so I think that's a win for you.
I should double check that that's how it works, though, because I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I might just be turning the page. So we just discovered that mine actually doesn't go back. I was just turning the page by accident. So I think we can call it a tie.
Yeah, unless you want to count the smart URL as an extra.
I feel like that's just a
advantage.
bonus feature, because that's just
Feel
something
like
else. So that's 2, 2, and 6. Pretty evenly matched so far.
Yeah. For the 11th round, we are going to flip through our score really fast, see how fast we can get, through a bunch of pages. Like, if something happened in a concert and a conductor needs you to go to something else really fast, just get there as fast as you can.
I feel like you have more to worry about if that happens at a concert, but...
Yeah. But we each have our pedals on the floor, so we'll use our feet.
Ready?
Yes.
3,
2,
2, 1,
go.
go.
Done.
Done.
So I have my pedal set on the feature where if I just hold it down, it goes like all through the pages without stopping, and then if you press the other pedal and you hold it down, it goes all the way back without stopping. So mine flips through pretty fast.
I have that disabled on mine because I don't want to risk accidentally skipping 2 pages. And I also have a feature enabled in mobile sheets that adds the page-turn animation instead of it being immediate, because I like having that split second to see that the page is turning. So what do you think? Tie? So after much deliberation, I think we decided that this one should also be a tie. She said that I have to go into the settings and disable the page-turn animations.
My settings were already optimized for this.
But if you're using mobile sheets, you should be fine going to the settings and changing one little option. So I think it's a tie.
Fine.
So we'll
2,
begrudgingly
2, and
call
7.
it 2, 2, and 7.
For round 12, we are each going to create a set list and navigate through it. We're going to do this one separately because it doesn't really need to be timed. So Harry is going to go first on his Surface Book.
Okay, so for mine, you're going to go to set lists, click on new to make a new set list, name it whatever you want. Hello. So now it launches you into this menu where you can choose whatever pieces you want. So if I was going to chamber music, I can do, what doesn't matter. So do this one, and that one, and that one, and that's 3 pieces. So with set lists on mobile sheets, you can load all of the files at once, or you can just load one if you're trying to look for a piece. So I'm going to load all of them, and then you can see it lets me pedal through the entire thing. Got a lot of introductory pages here, but you can see if I go to navigate it, it's got all the pages from everything here. Pretty effective.
Yeah.
Let's see yours.
So for mine, I'm going to go up to the 3 lines. We have set lists. Click the plus, name it. And here, I think we have to go back to scores and then add it to the set list like that. So it's not quite as comprehensive of a list this way. So as far as I know, you have to go one at a time.
I think for this test, functionality is better than speed though, so that's totally fine.
So then I'm in the set list now, tapping through, and it goes through each piece. And it has them all right there. If you just use your pedal, it'll go through each one. I think yours is better because it just has the list and you just choose the list when you create a set list.
You can also sort it when you're making a new set list. I was going to say you can also choose an entire set list just from the recents, and it launches all of them.
Cool.
Those are 2 different pieces.
Nice. And you can change the order of mine just by sliding around with your finger.
So we have another tie.
2, 2, and 8. The final round, number 13, is going to be creating a backup of your sheet music app. So is it automatic? How long does it take? And where does it save to?
So to back up your library mobile sheets, you're going to click on the three dots here, go to Settings, then go to Backup and Restore, and then Backup Library. You can then choose where you want to back up the file to. So you can choose a location on your desktop or somewhere else in your computer, or you can also do Google Drive or OneDrive. So let's just try the standard file picker. So it gives you the file picker. You can choose wherever you want it to go. I'm just going to do my desktop. Click Save. So you have options to include the audio files you've attached to all your music, and I would include the mobile sheets settings if you want to import your library onto a new computer or something like that. So click OK, and then it starts making a backup of all your pieces. Might take a minute.
Wow, it's going pretty fast.
Now you've got a .msb file. Then you have an option to restore your library from a backup. I'm not going to do this because if you restore a library, you lose your old one.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Great. So on Forscore, I think it's different if you have the subscription. I think it automatically backs up your library if you have a subscription. I'm not totally sure though, but I'll include the correct answer on the screen right here. So I go over to the little suitcase, go to backup. I just created an archive yesterday. And it does say automatic backup, but I don't really know what exactly that means, and it's really small. So what I do is I press the plus button, and I choose to create an archive because then it saves all of your annotations and everything like that.
What's the difference between create archive and create backup?
Create a backup file to save the current state of Forscore's metadata, annotation setlist, and settings. Your documents must be backed up separately. Create an annotation to save the same information as above and also include a copy of each of your documents. So I do the archive just in case I lose everything, then I've got it.
And that's the equivalent of what I did in mobile sheets.
Yeah. So I choose create an archive. So we have a new archive from today. You can restore it if you want. But if you long press on it, you can share it and upload it wherever you'd like to save it to. So I chose to save mine to Google Drive. And when I did this yesterday, I think it took 15 or 20 minutes to upload the entire thing. It's like 400 megabytes, and doing it over Wi-Fi isn't going to be super fast. But you can also save it directly to your iPad. I don't really know why you would, because it's a backup, so you probably want to save it somewhere external.
So I like the option that Forscore has to automatically back up your database, but you do have to pay $10 a year for that. Unfortunately, Mobile Sheets doesn't have that option, so maybe that's something they can add in the future to make backups periodically, maybe once a month or once a week, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm okay to give that one to the iPad.
Yes.
So that would make it 3
for the iPad, 2 for the Surface Book, and 8
ties.
So as you can tell from the scoring, these are 2 great tablets for musicians. They both have really awesome apps, Forscore for iPad and Mobile Sheets for Windows, and they're pretty equally matched. There are some things that they do better and some that they're not as great in, but you're going to have a pretty good experience if you're an Apple person or if you're a Windows person using an iPad or a Surface Book.
I personally like that Mobile Sheets has those smart buttons that you can add. Those have a lot of functionality that Forscore doesn't have. But of course, if you're an Apple person, I don't think that's going to win you over.
It doesn't win me over.
I don't blame you. And of course, Mobile Sheets kind of lacks in the fluidity that Forscore has.
And Forscore kind of lacks in some of the functionality of Mobile Sheets, and I like that the organization in Mobile Sheets is kind of more like lists and actual like big pages, and in Forscore it's more like an overlay, and you do something and then it opens the sheet music, and the sheet music is the only like full screen page that you have in the app. That kind of threw me off when I started using Forscore, that there's no real home page. It's just you dive right into your music, which is good if you're practicing and you don't want to get distracted, but for me it's kind of confusing. I hope this video was as fun for you to watch as it was for us to film. If you have any ideas of how we can compete with our iPad and Surface Book, please let us know down in the comments and we would love to make a part 2. Please give this video a like if you thought it was fun, and consider subscribing to my channel. I post new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Time.
Thanks for watching.